another video, man, and today we are going to look at manual player progression. So, one of the cool things, first of all, like, comment, subscribe on the channel. We'll do 25 likes for this video, 25 likes. But y'all been killing it. We going crazy. We are almost to 1,700 subscribers. So in this last month, we've gotten over 300 subscribers for the channel. So appreciate all the support. Y'all keep supporting everything, and I keep making these banger videos for y'all. But now let's get into the video. So with manual player progression, I know people may have trouble don't know how to upgrade, don't know what to upgrade and things of that nature. So I'm going to use this video as like a guide or just some helpful tips when upgrading players. So we'll go through and do a couple people. I may not do the whole entire team, but we'll do enough people just so we can talk through some things for sure. So first things first, we got Orlando. So he's a route artist. He's a senior. He got good abilities already, so he already has his cutter maxed out, layout, double dip, sure hands. So in a case like this, you probably just want to upgrade speed or something to get him out the way. Now, one thing you need to know, if you do IQ, that's like the quickest way to get your rating up on players. So if you're trying to get like a team with a bunch of high ratings, you can just hook up IQ, and IQ will jump people's ratings from 80 to 85, 85 to 90, whatever the case may be. So keep that in mind when you're trying to upgrade players, but also keep that in mind when you're trying to keep players for extra years. If you want to keep people for extra years, just hook up stats and spam abilities. Then that way their rating won't ever be high enough to actually leave the team. Okay, so what you want to do here is, since he already has good abilities and stuff like that, you just go in there and hook his speed up. So we got 57 points, so we'll go ahead and give him the speed boost real quick. So now we're gonna max his speed out. So now he's working with 98 speed, and then we can come in, we can either do agility or route running because he's a route artist. But since we just maxed out his speed, now we got a receiver with 98 speed plus that platinum cutter. He's gonna go crazy for you on the team. So that's how I did him right here. Now let's do one who doesn't have all the abilities. So like this guy. Well, both these guys have it. So we're gonna do this Contact Seeker. So one of my favorite builds is Contact Seeker. And as you can see, he doesn't really have any abilities. He has pretty decent stats, so you could go the speed route with him as well, or you can work on getting his Contact Seeker up. So to get battering ram, you need awareness. So in this case, you have to kind of just give and take. So since he needs awareness, we'll upgrade his awareness. So now that we can get battering ram, one of the best abilities on the game, and then now we can keep upgrading it. And then as you can see, we need 94 toughness and 91 awareness. So we'll come back here, and where's toughness at? Toughness. So in power, upgrade that, and now you have purple battering ram. So that's what I would do. Like I said, you want to make sure you're getting your abilities for these players first, because like I said, the abilities are what's going to help you win games. Now that he has purple battering ram, he's going to be very annoying to play against. He's going to give you all that wear and tear, stuff like that. And now he's a 91. So, like I said, that's how you want to do it. You can come in and work on Gentry. So Gentry is a northwest blocker, so he doesn't really get anything crazy. He's more like a fullback. So ability-wise, we can definitely work on what I would do first. I would do probably either balanced or head first. Since he already has head first, we get some on head first. We can come back here. So he only gets 87 speed at the cap out, but we can work on his elusiveness. So yeah, we'll do some elusiveness, give him some break tackle, unlock those abilities for him. Go to physicals. Now he needs trucking and stiff arm. So come back in here where that trucking and stiff arm. So this is where we need, so the power category. So because he's a north-south blocker, his power and speed are kind of higher caps, which it just happens with that build. But now we did unlock the chance to get head first and balance. So again, when I'm upgrading players, it's always about mainly focusing on abilities necessarily more than the rating, because of course once they get to the 95s, 93s, whatever, they're going to leave your team anyway. But you want to make sure you're getting the most out of their abilities and stuff like that. So For a speed rusher, you want quick jump. That's what you want. You want quick jump. So right here, you need acceleration. So we're gonna come down here, find his acceleration. So actually, he's capped at acceleration. So we cannot actually hook up him for that. But if you can't get quick jump, or you run into a scenario like that, the next best thing is to get duress or pocket disruptor. So duress is finesse and power moves. So we come in here, boom, and then now we just hook up his power moves so we can get all the abilities. And then we come back over here. Now we still can't get duress because he needs his power move. But as you can see, if he was a little bit better built, we'll give him pocket disruptor, and at least he'll get the boost for that. We can actually give him silver pocket disruptor, which is very, very nice. So as you can see, man, some people are capped out, so you got to just make it do what it do. But as you go through, you look at the points you got, you kind of figure out what you need to do to get where you need to go to, or where you're trying to get to. So if I wanted aftershock, you would need hit power. Hit power is in power, obviously, but it is 12, so spending this is kind of expensive. So you could go somewhere like run stopping and help his tackle and pursuit. Because he only has 20, it's better off just doing that. You could help his zone coverage if you play more like zone. Just give him some more zone coverage so he can be a better defender for you outside. And now with the 80 block shed and 86 plus block shed, and now he has 91 zone, you know, now he's kind of a do-it-all thumper. You know what I'm saying? This is a thumper with the hit stick and thing of that nature. But now, because he couldn't necessarily get enough points for abilities, we went ahead and just upgraded everything else around it to give him a more real well-balanced archetype build. So now you got 92 tackle, 89 pursuit, 86 block shed, and 91 zone coverage. So he's kind of a dog on the low. So, you know, that's what you want to do. If you can get abilities, go for the abilities every time. If you can't get the abilities, hook up stuff that it just makes sense to hook up, or progress them in the way you want. So again, right here, you got quickness. So he only can go one more. Might as well give him that one more speed. And then, of course, you got like hands, which is to catching traffic. And then you got route running. So I would just go all in on this because, again, you want to give him a chance to be great. So now his route runnings are all 90. So now even though he don't have the abilities, now we becoming great. So now he has 91 catch, 88 catching traffic, but now he also has all the route running. So as you can see, he only had 27 points, but we made it the worst. We maxed his speed out, so he's not gonna be the fastest receiver, but with 90 and all route running, he's gonna get open. And then next time he gets his upgrade, then you'll go and put the abilities on and be cooking like that. So as you can see, you know, as soon as you upgrade people, they're 90 overall pretty quickly. So, you know, that's why I always try to hold my points, because once you upgrade these people, they will be, you know, pretty good. So again, let's look at him. So he is a signal caller. So the best thing on signal caller would be like wrap up or something, but because he has really nothing open, he could get speed, which is cost a lot, but he need a little bit of help everywhere. So we're gonna go with run stopping and give him some more block shed. And then, yeah, we're just gonna go all the way. Because like I said, you want that help in the block, and then probably give him some play rec because he is a linebacker. So will help us play rec out. And this is how I will hook him up. Like I said, depending on how you play, I mean, one more hit stick wouldn't really do nothing for the character, but in this case, like I said, he do got his whole bar for speed is untapped, so you could just save up points and hook the speed up. But like I said, give him that IQ and everything. Now he's a 91 as well. So as you can see, if you get a lot of points, you can definitely kind of like do more abilities. But when you don't get a lot, you kind of just got to make the attributes work for you. So and here we go again. So he has 60 points, so we can try to get him some ability. So we ended up getting him robber. And then let's come over here. So he needs man coverage. So we're going to give him some man coverage so that we can unlock blanket coverage. Because as a corner, you need that blanket coverage. So now we get blanket coverage to silver, his robber. So now if he plays zone or man coverage, he's good. And now what you want to work on is trying to get the ball hawk as well. So let's see if we can get the ball hawk as well. Where's awareness at? So we might or can't get to it by the time we finish upgrading him. His awareness got to 81. Let's see if that was enough. No, you need 86. So on his next upgrade, we'll be able to get ball hawk. But at least we were able to unlock gold blanket coverage run. So now we got a lockdown corner with also robber. So if you wanted to play zone with this corner, you were good too. So as you can see, man, it's real simple to upgrade your players. It's not really a wrong answer. You just case by case, and also based on how many points you're using for that character. You know, some characters, like I said, are going to have more, like this tight end, and you get a little bit more wiggle room, and based on what the constraints are, you know, you go from there. So as a pure blocker, you know, all his abilities have to deal with blocking, so naturally, just give him more blocking, you know, see if you can get any of these abilities. You know, he might be a good fullback for you. So let's see what happens once we give him some more blocking. Do we unlock anything? So we did unlock outside shield and pocket shield from improved pass blocking. So now you got somebody that can, you know, you can put on the edge and block somebody for you. But like I said, you kind of at the mercy of the caps as well for each character. So keep that in mind too when you're upgrading people. If you can't, I mean, if they don't have no points to upgrade, then, you know, it's nothing you can really do. So it is what it is. So we got this guy right here, little power rusher. So then, of course, you need power moves. So what are we close to? So we got grip breaker, duress, pocket disruptor. So strength, power moves and finesse moves, and then power moves. So let's see where he at. So his finesse moves is all the way at the end. So, but his power moves are right here. So let's just work on getting his power moves up, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's just work on that. Get in at the 89 so we can at least get pocket disruptor. Strength, let's see how much strength costs for you. Power. Strength is 14. So strength is going to be a little expensive on him. So again, you might want to hold off, wait for the points, and then takedown is tackling. Let's see how much is tackle worth. 3 points. So we can try to get that. Yeah, we can definitely try to get takedown. Takedown is good for like trying to cancel out extender. So if you got a quarterback that has extender, takedown would be good. So we got to do this one more time. And now we have unlocked takedown. And then there you go. So now he has takedown. So takedown and pocket disruptor. So, you know, he got better. So, but like I said, at the end of the day, man, just look through your team, figure out what you need, what you don't need, figure out the cap breakers and what this player is going to do in your team. So sometimes you may have to wait 2 years before you can really upgrade your team because it's going to take that many points to get certain abilities unlocked or meet certain thresholds. So always keep in mind that no matter what you're doing on your team, you know, be patient, you know what I'm saying? Just keep stacking the coins up because at the end of the day, when you do finally get to upgrade these players, you know, you'll turn them into demons and whatever they need to be. So contested specialist, you know, if he's a contested specialist, you want that 50-50. So of course, spectacular catch. So we need hands. We need the hands up. So we give him 99 spectacular catch. So now we can upgrade this. Now we can just throw the Randy Moss balls to him all game. And then there you have. Now you have platinum 50-50. So that's you making the most out of the coins you have. Like I said, sometimes you can just upgrade speed if you want to and just do the +1s. I mean, just because I like to upgrade speed once I know everything else is good. If he's already decently fast, it's all good. But of course, like if it's a running back, you want shifty or things of that nature. So I think that's about all the people with like a big amount of points. We can try one more guy. This is a lurker. Let's look at him. So 78 overall. So clearly, like this is a good example. Like he already kind of got all his caps, so you just kind of whatever you can upgrade, you just upgrade because he kind of is already capped out. I mean, he can't really do too much for you. But we can see what abilities he unlocked. So because his caps are so nasty, he actually didn't even unlock anything. But he came with gold bouncer, so that was a blessing because without pre-equipped abilities, he would have been cooked. But that's a good reason why you need to recruit 4 and 5 stars, because if you don't, sometimes them having those pre-equipped abilities kind of save them in the long run. And what's this right here? They had a lot of random fullbacks. North side receiver. Yeah, we can look at this receiver. So again, we always check. All right, what do we got? Downhill, head first, arm bar. So let's see what we can get first. So catching, stiff arm, balance. Let's see if we can get arm bar. So go check arm bar. stiff arm. It is 10 on him, so that is kind of expensive. So with him, since armbar is expensive on him, what I would do is I'd probably just do elusiveness and get his elusiveness up, because it's cheap, and you know, this would make him play a little bit better anyway. So elusiveness for him. But yeah, man, so basically that's pretty much the guide, man. Like I said, you look at every card, figure out the best way to attack each build. Like I said, some players are gonna have easier caps for you to understand, some won't, but at the end of the day, when you have a chance to get an ability, I say max it out, like I did with the battering ram, or like we did up here with Orlando. He already had the platinum cutter, so we just went ahead and maxed out his speed to give him the 98 speed. So every person is a case by case basis, but just, you know, take your time, stack your points. Like I said, I will wait a season or two to stack the points, just to make sure that you get when you do upgrade players, they actually counts. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure when you upgrade them, they actually get better. You don't want to do like 2 speed and then, you know, that's all that we got better. So like a guy like this, you know, we upgraded his pass blocking, his run blocking, his IQ, and then we can do quickness or agility. I'll just do IQ, and then we'll do the rest of them in here. But at the end of the day, he got better. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, of course, I'm catching this as a random dynasty, so it's not like my freshmen, sophomores, where you have 3-4 years of points accumulating. This is just a random dynasty that I went into just to kind of show y'all what I do when I'm upgrading players and things of that nature. So, of course, when you do yours, you'll have some more points. Players will be a little bit younger. You'll probably be killing in stats, so you'll have a little bit more wiggle room. But like I said, this is the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. And like I said, this is just a guide to kind of walk y'all through what I be thinking when I'm doing player progression, so that when you do your player progression, you know, you can kind of think about abilities and attributes and kind of figure out which way you need to go for each character. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe on the video. Let's do 15 likes on the video. It's your boy Zig the GOAT. I'm out.